Yo, yo, yo. Is this thing working or what? Right now, I just have the wait screen. Okay, it looks like we're rolling now. All right, there's a little bit of a delay, so I apologize for that. I'm going to crack this beer really quick. And let's talk about some motherfucking Kraken. All right, this is our first time. I say our. Jeff is clearly not here. I gotta take off the fucking headphone. I can hear myself, and it's fucking me up. All right. Yes, Josh, I am way too sober. I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. So this is our first time doing this. Jeff really, he'll have some difficulty with it. I mean, the guy's got 3 kids, right? So he can't be talking about crack and shit, um, and yelling about things while the kids are trying to sleep. So it'll be probably just me a lot. We're gonna figure some things out, get a better setup. I appreciate everyone's patience. And yeah, so let's talk some Kraken. Also, before I forget, in the future, what we are going to do is I want to set up a phone so people can call in. I just think it'll be a cool little element to add, but we're going to start doing this, after every game as much as humanly possible, as long as there's energy, because holy fuck, that game really sucked. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna drink this beer, and then whatever y'all want to talk about, drop it in the chat or whatever. That's my first time saying that. That's what like every YouTuber says. I already don't like it. It's just fucking weird. Um, let me go over some. Let me go over some game notes really quick while I drink this beer. 1 second here. Here we go, baby. Beers for Beniers, Kraken Pod, still repping. Okay, we'll start from the beginning here. It was awesome to have John Forsland, JT, and Edzo back on the call. Just I fucking love those guys. They're absolute legends. We had the best broadcasting team in the entire NHL. Yes, I am aware that I am a homer. I do not care. It was great to have them back after missing them for months and months and months on end. Uh, Ruby was settled in, man. He's been the best player, not just this game, but the last game as well. It's kind of insane. Um, it's like the reverse has happened from before, where it's like we had, Brew was having some issues, but the team was humming along. And now, again, I'm not hitting the panic button. We're 2 games into the season, but the team has looked kind of like dog shit 2 games in, and Grew has looked really good. So, if we can just get the team on the same page as Grew, I think we'll be looking okay. Let's see here. Just sloppy play, man. That PP is fucking weak. God, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I mean, like the PP hasn't been the strongest, right? Like straight up swimming pool PP. Um, these guys, yeah, I don't know. Just a really lazy pass. Bjorkstrand, I think, just kind of didn't really have an idea where his guy was. We turn it over, we give up a shorty. Yes, I did, Michael. I did say PP. But yeah. Also, Touche. Shout out to TC for Group let us down by not scoring the goals tonight. I mean, that's kind of how it feels, right? Like this dude needs to do everything for us. The crazy part is, I think I saw a stat in like the middle of the second period, or maybe it was the end of the second period. That was saying I was showing something like Grubauer, I think, like his expected goals to be given up by that point in the game was like 3.5 to 4. The Kraken were down 1-0. I mean, honestly, tonight should have been a blowout. I was completely wrong, which also feels weird. Not that I'm some fucking, you know, pariah or anything like that, but I feel like, after watching all the games last season and kind of having a feel for the team and what was going to happen, I I felt like, coming up for future games, I had a pretty good idea of like how they would play out. Granted, it's still very early in this season, but I really thought the Kraken were going to go in tonight and put up a lot of goals and get this win. I was completely wrong on that. It is what it is. It happens. For those that are just joining, by the way, I did mention that in the future, Jeff and I, we want to set up a phone so people can actually call in and we can start doing live phone calls for some Kraken Pod After Dark action. With that being said, I am going to pause for a second and take a drink of this beer. So there you go. This fucking team. 2 games into the season, they got me. I mean, you know what? At least the game started early and ended early because as somebody that, as a lot of people know, we are in New Orleans, so we're on Central Time. It's only 9:40 over here. I can go to bed at a reasonable, uh, uh, you know, hour, whereas before, I mean, fuck, the first game didn't start until 10:15. By the time the game is over and I wrapped up notes, it was 2 in the morning. I would prefer not to, put up with that, but it's kind of the territory when you're a Kraken fan. So, all right, let me go through some of these comments. I'm not sure how to highlight anything, by the way. I am such a noob at this. I honestly like just kind of lifting up the curtain a little bit with what's going on with me and Jeff and Kraken Pod. It's just me and him. And it's been that way for the past, this is year 3, which is also batshit insane to think about. I appreciate everybody, all the Kraken Pod fam. Um, but with that being said, we're ramping everything up. So the YouTube, I think in 2 weeks we cranked out 12 videos. We're doing a ton of shit on like Instagram and TikTok and blah blah blah. Anyways, and we're with the video stuff, it's really bare bones right now. But we basically we're just at a point where we're like we need to start doing it, and it's going to be kind of shitty for a little bit. And as we go along, we will figure it out, and eventually, probably have to get some help. But anyways, I digress. There we go. All right, man. Smoking that fucking legal weed for us. I appreciate that. It is not legal in Louisiana. I need to get my medical card. So yeah, please burn a bowl for me. I appreciate you. Um, yeah, dude. TC, you're absolutely right. The uh, the eyes are heavy. Slept like dog shit last night. It's been a couple late nights in a row, but it's all good, man. It's hockey season. That's why we're here. Hopefully, everybody can hear me okay. Um, I had to take off the headphones because there's a little bit of a delay and it's fucking me up. So I don't want to hear my voice get echoed back to myself. So that's kind of messed up. All right. I'm getting way too sidetracked. This is what happens. I have ADHD. Give me one more second here. I want to go over some more notes on the game. And then everybody, please, um, one, like, hit a like on the stream or whatever the fuck you want to do. And also share your thoughts on the game. Just thoughts on the game, even thoughts on the Vegas game. Like, let's talk about it, and then let's talk about upcoming matchups and all that good shit. So, yeah, let's do that. So, more notes on the game. Um, Lars tonight, really strange, like really, really strange game. I thought the first 2 periods, I mean, dude just looked solid, man. I mean, his like poke check and his ability to just challenge dudes on getting off a shot has just been awesome. Like the big cat has looked really solid defensively. It just looked like he got really frustrated. He got tied up with the dude. I thought there was a penalty. I actually think that he got hit in like the upper shoulders in the face. He could have definitely. I forgot who the fuck it was on the Predators, but he could have gotten a cross check or something. Lars gets upset over it. He's basically just looking for a call, but he kind of just stops playing the game. And when he stops playing, um, he gives a shove and he gets the cross check. It kind of just, I don't know, man. I'm not comparing the two, but it's like everyone remembers last year Colorado Avalanche playoff series when Borgie is pissing off McKinnon. He wants a call, so he basically stops playing. The Kraken go down and score. So like Lars just stopped playing. He legitimately kind of was just getting so pissed off and so frustrated. Which granted, that makes sense. I mean, the team isn't scoring any goals. Group standing on his head. I didn't see him slam down any water bottles like he did like he did against the Vegas Golden Knights. But he's got to be frustrated too because the German gentleman, man, he's showing out. Anyways, yeah. So he remains out there. They have a delayed whistle. They being the Kraken just allow the Predators to control the puck like 6-on-5, like just continue to cycle it around, keep maintaining possession. And you're like, dude, no, it didn't even look like anyone gave a shit or was even trying, which is kind of crazy. And of course, what happens is the Predators end up scoring a goal. They put it off of the skate of Adam Larson, which is kind of like some weird poetic justice type shit. I don't know. It was weird. So that was a really, really interesting play. And then I tweeted this out where I was like, dude, hello, darkness, my old friend, man. The empty net goal against 2 games in a row, 2 empty netters. That does not feel good. I think it's like the best feeling in the world when you're doing it and the worst feeling when it's happening to you. I legitimately feel that way. Empty net goals when they're happening to you are the worst fucking feeling in the world. All right. So yeah. All right, going through some of the comments right now. Again, I don't know how to highlight any of this shit. I'm a fucking noob. We've been super busy doing a ton of other things, but we will figure out more of the live stream and all that. Be able to add a phone line. People can call in, all that shit. Yeah, Preston, you're totally right, man. The 3-on-5 PK that would have been huge on turning the tide. Already have beer burps. That did not happen. Michael said, let's see here. Michael Sanchez says, we played great for the first 2 periods, yet we can't finish drives towards the goal. It was an issue last year, but it was masked by the amounts of goals we were scoring. Hopefully, it's just rust. Dude, I agree. It's also 2 games into the season. It is what it is. It's not like they're not generating high scoring chances. They really are. They're just not getting it in the back of the net. Even when we had the empty netter at first, at that point, 3-0. Was it Burakovsky or Bjorkstrand that ran it off the post? And I'm like, it's Bjorkstrand. This motherfucker loves the post, man. That guy hits the post all the time. But anyways, love Bjorky. He'll turn it around. But dude, it's 2 games in. There's 8 to go. We'll be fine. All right, let me get couple some more of the comments here. Yeah, Cat definitely got tired. Extra man on the ice. He also just got frustrated, and Big Cat's a consummate pro. I love that dude. I think we all love that dude. But that was just a play where he kind of just let his emotions get the best of him. He's tired. He's frustrated. They're battling. Nothing is happening. My eyes so itchy. Anyways, yeah, it happens. Um, Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a good point. Yeah, we did. So again, I'm just reading comments out loud right now. Yeah, we did lose some shooters in the offseason. But and we talked about this in the season preview with Piper Shaw. I really do like the additions that the Seattle Kraken made to their roster, and combine that with the development of the young dudes and how it's kind of their time, right, to make some shit happen. Like Ty Cartier is no slouch. Like it sucks that we have that we're missing Turbo this game, but I mean, if we have a guy, I mean, the AHL Rookie of the Year, if we can just casually throw him in like we did last year against the Avs in the playoffs, I don't think that's a bad thing. We still have guys waiting in the wings at Coachella Valley. Yamamoto has been great. Yeah, Glenn, yeah, exactly. Yamamoto has been fantastic. I actually sneaky like Dumoulin a lot. I know he doesn't get talked about, but having a dude that's won it all before and getting a guy in the locker room that's won it all and he knows what it takes to win. And being that he was, on that top defensive pairing in Pittsburgh for years, and having him is just fucking huge. So yeah, give me more. I want to see more of Dumoulin. He actually almost scored a goal tonight. I mean, I guess the whole team technically almost scored at this point. That was a atrocity. Um, yeah, more Yamamoto and more carts, Michael. I'm 100% with you there. Um, yeah, Preston, I agree with you, man. Yeah, Ty, about your comment about Ty Cartier having grit. That's just how he is. Like that. That's his personality on and off the ice. Like the dude is a grinder. I mean, the guy goes from undrafted, OHL, second or third season in, he really starts to light it up. He gets the call from Ron Francis, who also played for the Greyhounds. Where he's like, "Holy shit, this is happening." goes to Coachella, keeps working and working and working. And, because Coachella is stacked, no one's really talking about Ty Carchi. Well, he works his way up and he grinds his way up until he's one of the guys that everyone's talking about. The next thing you know, he's the fucking AHL Rookie of the Year. And now, he's starting in the NHL tonight with Turbo out. So the Kraken have options. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm just going to say this now. I'm not worried. Like, and I don't even have to talk to Jeff about this to know his thoughts because everyone knows that Jeff is Jeff Lasso. That dude is so positive all the fucking time. I consider myself more of a realist. I've been battered by Seattle sports teams my entire fucking life, just like a lot of you have. Um, when things are good, you wait for them to get bad, and when they're bad, you're just like, it is what it is. I don't think they're bad now. Again, it's a long season. The Kraken just have to figure some things out. Obviously, Turbo going down the first game is not an ideal situation because all you want is for it's for the team to really get gelling and playing back together again. And when you have a guy like Turbo who really leads the energy and leads the team like that, go down for however long, there's no updates. I still think he was concussed. I think he'll be fine. I'm not a fucking doctor, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't be on YouTube right now drinking a beer. But yeah, I think he'll be fine. All right. Let me catch up on yeah, shout out to you, Jared. I mean, it's true about Seattle sports just being brutal. But I wouldn't have it any other way, man. I wouldn't be a Seattle diehard everything, even though, god damn it, there are times when it's so hard. The Mariners not making the playoffs this year, watching the Sonics get sold to fucking Oklahoma City of all places. Um, the the play in the Super Bowl, the Russell Wilson throw that gets intercepted and the Patriots end up winning. I mean, I can go fucking all day about Seattle sports things that have crushed my fucking soul and have made me the human that I am today. But it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna go back to reading some comments now. I think I went over all my notes for the game. I also don't want to cover everything, um, you know, because we got a fucking podcast we got to do, and then you guys might stop listening because you'll be like, "Well, I watched everything on the live, so I don't even know why they have a podcast anymore." Joey, you're an idiot. You're doing all this work for no reason. And I will say, I agree. I'm a fucking moron. Um, let me see here. All right, from Josh, he says, "Rust or just not? It just seems. Oh, rust or not? It just seems like we're not on the same page. It should work itself out in a few games." But some of the Kraken shit, dude. By the way, Kraken shit is back. Like, like I say that obviously as a joke. But like there's a little bit of Kraken shit going on. And you know what? Like what's the quote? It's like nobody calls my baby ugly. Um yeah, like we're allowed to talk shit on the Kraken because those are our boys. But anybody else, any other outsider talking shit on the Kraken, we're gonna like gang initiate those motherfuckers. So by the way, I don't think any of these videos are ever going to be able to be monetized because of all the things that I say, and that's fine. Not what we need. Um, let's see here from Preston. Only thing I saw from Dumoulin that I didn't like was the blown coverage on Tuesday. Other than that, it's been all right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, also, I mean, he's a veteran. He slowed down considerably. I mean, he's been open about that. He's joked around in the interviews about how like he doesn't know how he's going to defend some of the younger guys in the NHL. He's very self-aware, but I think that he serves his role. And the reality is, like, he basically replaces Carson Soucy. And as much fun as it was to be like Soucy, which R.I.P. to the Mortal Kombat Soucy. Um, as much as I love that dude, watching him play was fucking brutal. I honestly like. I don't understand how is going to sound like a bad thing to say. I don't care. I don't understand how people were upset when you left. Like, I get the whole emotional attachment to players. I'm not really an emotional dude. At the end of the day, it's a business, right? Now I'm fucking stuttering Stanley over here. At the end of the day, it is a business. Um, and when Carson Soucy was shipped out, and I saw what Vancouver gave him, I'm like, yeah, let him go. That's totally. Was it Vancouver? I don't know. I'm gonna drink this beer again. Give me 1 second here, and we'll go back over some notes. Yeah, Jared. All right, so uh, Jared Edge made a comment where he was just like, "I still boycott Starbucks because of the Sonics." Dude, fuck Starbucks. I'm telling you right now, never. It's just insanely high priced, mediocre coffee. That shit sucks. And I don't care. Like, I'm from the Pacific Northwest, born and raised, man. Like, Starbucks fucking blows. And that ownership group sold out the Seattle Sonics and they lied to the entire fan base. They can all go fuck themselves. All those people care about is making money and fucking over whoever they can, right? To get whatever they want, and it's really shitty. I'm also like, even throw that aside. This is a random side note. I'm just a support local person, even in New Orleans now. It's like I go to local coffee shops. Um, you know, try to eat at like local places, non-chain restaurants, all that shit. So, anyways, man, support local. Fuck Starbucks. I don't care if they're from the Pacific Northwest. Also, y'all are lucky because what they have in the Pacific Northwest, like all those coffee stands, like in the random parking lot, like we driving by like a Home Depot, and there's like a coffee stand, and you got like some half naked shake like chicken there. She's making like a fucking espresso for somebody at 6 a.m. That's just a Washington thing. It's been going on for years, but like that doesn't happen in New Orleans. In fact, I think they feel like we should actually kind of start something like that right now. I might get out of here tonight and work on a business plan. So, anyways, yeah, I like again ADHD. I like what I saw from Dumoulin for the most part. Um, yeah, he is who he is, but I also don't miss Carson Susie. Um, no shit. Is the mic picking up for my headphones? Let me put the headphones down. Yo, JS or anybody, tell me if that's any better. I apologize. I will work on this in the future. So basically, like, there's an app that we use to do all the recording. What I did was I set up a go live through the app that connects to YouTube. That's way too much logistics. No one here cares. No one even asked. I'm sharing it with you. But that may be, I think it may be coming from the headphones. So, anyways, noted. I will be doing this, which is also weird because I like to hear myself as I talk. Now it's just me talking to an empty room, but whatever. Just left me like at the end of podcast episodes for like 15 minutes solo. I'm like, I gotta run out. You got this. I'm like, no choice, man. So, anyways, um, going over some more notes here or comments or whatever the hell. Uh, goddamn, just reminiscing on Grubauer. Unbelievable. I mean, again, 2 games into the season, save that he had where he slid across the right and got like his right arm shoulder up, and he was just able to get the puck deflected there. That early candidate for save of the year. Um, Fuck, man, you guys should have told me that the mic was messing up. I would have fixed it. But anyways, whatever. It's all fixed now. TC made a comment regarding the Sonics. By the way, whatever you guys want to talk about, Kraken, I don't give a shit. Just drop it in here. I'm probably only going to do this for about 30 minutes or so. At some point, I will need to shower and try to go to sleep. Even though it is only 10 o'clock, so I might just get off the stream and go get drunk. I'm not sure why the mic is doing it again. I will figure it out. I apologize for that. I might just do it straight to YouTube. That might be better because I feel like StreamYard is just fucking up. Anyways, I apologize. I'll work on it. I'll test it out for next time when we have more time. Um, anyway, TC made a comment about the Sonics, and what was the club left primarily due to a combination of various factors. These factors are ownership, arena issues, and unsuccessful attempts to secure public funding for a new facility. No, yeah. I like everyone else when all that stuff was going down was reading all of the pieces that were coming out. I think the Seattle Times and national sports media did a really good job of covering the Sonics and what was going on. There was a multitude of factors. To my core, at the center of it all, are greedy, lying sacks of shit who saw an opportunity and just pumped everyone's head full of bullshit and ripped our hearts away. But it's all good because we will get the Sonics back. And now somehow this has turned into a Kraken Pod after dark session where we talk about the Sonics. So I apologize for that. Give me one more. Let me look at the schedule here. I know we have Tuesday at Colorado, or sorry, in Seattle against Colorado. And I do not remember who the fuck we play next. Oh, the Blues. We talked about that on the podcast. Jesus, man. My memory is shit. I don't know how I feel about this game. They've only played one game so far this season and they've tied. Everyone knows how I feel about their goalie. Don't ever forget that his girlfriend pissed in the Stanley Cup. Um, uh, man, I don't know. St. Louis, like, they're just always a tough out. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I also thought that the Kraken were gonna put up a lot of points and win tonight. I was wrong. So maybe I'll be wrong on the tough out. Maybe the Kraken come out against St. Louis and they're just pissed the fuck off and they end up winning. That would be fantastic. Um, yeah, Ty Jacobs. Jeff not hopping on the stream from his bed. What a duster. Let's go, boys. Pumped about the content. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. We're gonna improve on it. Obviously, when I say this is bare bones, it looks like I'm in a fucking jail cell right now. The mic is catching some things. There's a weird reverb thing going on. So this is gonna be the worst it'll ever be. But we honestly we just had to start doing more. And at some point, I am a perfectionist when it comes to shit like this. And so it's hard for me to kind of pull the trigger on something when I want it to be exactly what I want it to be. But the reality is we do not have the time or the resources for that at the moment. So fuck it. We're just gonna do it live and figure it out from there. So that is why we're here. Jeff is definitely in bed. He's a baby back bitch. I hope he watches this tomorrow and then he calls me. He's like, "What the fuck, man?" And that's fine because we're cool like that, so we can do that to each other. But no, Jeff, Jeff is definitely asleep. I mean, even if he were to come on, he would probably risk waking the kids up. He watches a lot of games from bed, and I'm sure his wife is thrilled with that. Um, so, anyways, game coming up against St. Louis. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I was wrong about tonight. Maybe I'll be wrong about St. Louis about them being a tough out. At some point, the Kraken are going to turn things around. It's only 2 games into the season. We will be totally okay. Um, I'm just pumped that you guys are here and you're joining, and this is really cool. And again, for those that missed it or just popped in or whatever, um, we will be not only improving the actual setting that we are using, but I will be testing out the mic so there's no weird shit going on. But then on top of that, I want to add a phone line so we can take actual phone calls and start talking to some people. So um, that is a great question. All right, so Jared, and again, how the fuck do you highlight these comments? You know what I need? I need a moderator, dude. Put user in timeout. That'd be fucking hilarious. So I just start putting people in timeout that just ask me legitimate questions. I was like, "Fuck you, I'm not answering that." All right. So from Jared Edge, are we going to start doing Kraken Pod after dark after every game? Yeah, absolutely. Like that is my goal. I know that might be insane. Again, I'm just repeating myself at this point. It's not where I want it to be, but we just need to do it. I really, really want to do it because I think this is a great way to connect with people. I think we have to get a landline. I don't know exactly what the parameters are, but I want to get a phone hooked up. So I have to look into that. I will get that figured out. But the answer to your question is yes. I want to start doing Kraken Pod after dark. This is my first beer that I have had all game. Um, Honestly, I was just trying to kind of conserve energy, but I promise you that there will be some Kraken Pod after dark sessions where I am probably pretty shit faced. I will get Jeff to join me on some of them because Jeff also gets FOMO. That's what I love about him. He's like I don't know, how old is he? 44, 42? I'm a grown man. I'm 40. Yeah, he's a grown man who like still gets FOMO, which I love because I can just guilt him into joining me. So I will definitely be doing that. So yeah, Kraken Pod after dark after every game is the goal. Um, Yeah, because it's a great way to connect with the Kraken Pod fam, but also, we're doing so much shit on YouTube, and we're still figuring out a lot of YouTube stuff as well. But dude, we're just cranking out shit right now, and it's a great platform. And once we can get all the recording and everything set up, we're going to start having full episodes available there. I know I uploaded the Piper Shaw interview for the season preview. That is on the YouTube channel. I did not realize how long that shit takes. I think her interview was like an hour and a half long, and the uploading took like 4 fucking hours. So it was worth it. I'm glad it's up there. I want people to have it. It's just in the future, it teaches me a lot. Like I need to set aside some time because holy crap. Anyways, um, yeah, dude. Ty Jacobs, shout out, man. You guys are original Kraken Pod fam since day one. We're gonna go into the depths. It's gonna get weird. We're gonna be doing some boozing. Also, what I would love in the near future is I want to start bringing guests onto Kraken Pod After Dark. And oh shit, you know what? I just had a great idea. Actually, y'all tell me if this is a great idea or not. Did I just say idea? See, I've had one beer and now I'm starting to second guess my whole fucking existence. Because we're a part of the Hockey Podcast Network and they're really, really supportive, I think it'd be really cool if we started doing Kraken Pod After Dark, and then whatever team we're facing that night, if we could get whoever has the podcast for that specific team and start doing like Kraken Pod After Dark with them, and then whoever wins has to do something. We can make it fun. We can talk shit. Or maybe something bad happens and we're like legitimately not happy with each other. We can just hash it out. Anyways, that would be fun. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think about it. So yeah, I'm down to go to the depths and get it going weird. But all right, I wanted to do 30 minutes. I think we just hit that mark. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, drop it really quick. I can stick around for another minute. Other than that, I need to shower. I smell like shit. The Kraken play like shit, but it's all good because we're 2 games into the season, man. We're gonna figure this out. Um, yeah, the playoffs. I'm replying to Michael Sanchez right now, where he's like, the playoff episodes were fun, dude. Oh man, those were so much fucking fun. And it's also cool too because we really do like. It's selfish for me because as somebody who's only year 3 into watching hockey, like to be able to get insight from an opposing team, like I've been watching hockey for a long time, it really like opens your eyes up to a lot of the game. And so I selfishly like I'm just a nerd, man. I love learning about that stuff, and so I just think it's really cool. Um, I just think it's really cool that we're able to do that. So we will absolutely be doing that for future. I mean, but listen, the Kraken are 100. Yeah, dude. Ty, keep the shit talking in the chat about Jeff being a little biggity bitch, and not making the chat. And you guys tweet at him too. Please make him feel bad. So when he wakes up tomorrow in the morning, the first thing he'll do is just feel awful about himself. That's exactly what I want to happen. Yeah, we'll do that for more playoff episodes. By the way, the Kraken are making the playoffs this year. I am not wavering from that. This is a really good team. They just have a lot to figure out right now. Moving on. Josh says, super excited for these. I guess he's referring to Kraken Pod After Dark. Support the pod. Da, 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 da. Help stings the loss. It helps soothe the sting of a loss and a good way to celebrate my last day at work and starting a new week off before. Dude, fuck yeah, man. Congrats. That's awesome. Congrats on the promotion. That is massive. Um, if you got promoted, brother, you deserve it. So that's legit. So yeah, would it pay money to see a post game with the Avs guys? Dude, fuck, we should have totally done that. But it's all good. Listen, we weren't ready for it. We're barely ready for it now. It'll come. Um, okay, I'm gonna get going here, but I do want to address one thing. Is that see Sergeant Pickles. I like where his head's at, dude. He's like, I'm at home right now, and I'm entertaining a 2-year-old. Jeff has no excuses. Oh, I can't wait until Jeff wakes up tomorrow. He's gonna feel so bad. And I'm gonna do this every fucking game. I want to address the comment that TC left where he says, and I can answer part of this for Jeff, where he says, "Have you watched any old Darren McCarty, Claude Lemieux footage?" So Jeff fucking, I mean, that guy. That guy goes 100% all the time, and he loves watching that old footage. And the reason why I want to address that comment specifically before I take off here is because so Darren McCarty actually follows Jeff on Twitter, and I had the idea during the summertime. I mean, summertime's hard because there's not a lot going on. Yes, I want a Jeff Lasso speech when he's all upset tomorrow, because he's gonna get some serious FOMO. But I talked to Jeff in the summertime, because there's no hockey going on. It's kind of slow. It's hard for us to find things to talk about, and I just thought it would be awesome. I was like, dude, doesn't Darren McCarty follow you? And he's like, yeah, he does. And I'm like, well, why don't you reach out to him and see if he'll come on the podcast? Like, I don't think you would have any issues with that. I feel like the documentary that came out, like the ESPN, was it the 360 or whatever it's called? I think I think that people were still kind of buzzing about that, and I think it would be so fucking cool to get McCarty on the podcast to talk about it. So, anyways, yes, Jeff still watches those clips. I want to get Darren McCarty on the podcast. That documentary was fucking epic, and also like that guy's like a childhood hero of Jeff's. He's an all-time, NHL legend, and was involved in some of the most infamous games and one of the best storylines in NHL fucking history. And so I think having him on the podcast would be huge. I honestly think he would do it. So yeah. Anyways, we'll have to work that in there. Maybe. Oh, you know what would be dope? Dude, I'm just full of ideas right now. I think. I think what would be really cool is when the Kraken. I believe it's in February when the Kraken play the Red Wings. If we could interview McCarty for that episode to break down like the current Red Wings and to also interview Darren McCarty, that would be a hell of an episode. We will figure that out. Um, the the Seattle Kraken PR team has been great. They've been working with us. They gave us Ty Cartier. Uh, they're open to more players in the future. I was on my best behavior. I think I only dropped one F bomb while talking to Ty, but also at the same time, fuck that, man. Like they're hockey players. Have you ever seen like Dave Haxtell like say anything in the locker room? Anyways, I digress. No, the organization has been great. The Kraken PR, all of them have been great. I think Darren McCarty can happen. I want to pitch that to Jeff about doing that for the Red Wings preview because we are a Detroit Red Wings podcast. I'm having difficulty saying that. Um, that's all I got, guys. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. It's like OG members of the Kraken Pod Fam. I love y'all. Thank you for the support. I know it's kind of crazy now because without like peeling back the curtain too much, like the podcast numbers have been just they keep going up, which is crazy. I'm like, I can't believe people listen to what us idiots have to say. We just got to get more of those motherfuckers over to our YouTube. We'll start getting full episodes up, and you guys can have all that stuff. But we're working our asses off, and we're going to keep doing what we can to give you guys the best content. So love you guys, appreciate you guys, and yeah, I will be tweeting, talking to you tomorrow. Y'all try to get some sleep. It is only 8:11 on the West Coast, so fuck you guys. I'm very, very, very jealous. But all right, we'll be back. It's was it Saturday, St. Louis? Let's go. We'll be live tweeting it. And all right, Kraken Pod Fam, I'm out of here. You'll have a good night. Take care of yourselves. Go Kraken.